Okay, so welcome to Wix. This is a free website that you can create your own website on here. Pretty much just text editing and organizing it around. So here I'm just showing you my website that I have already created. At the bottom I put a little footer, and up at the top here I have my bars that I can change. This product's not finished yet. So I'm just scrolling through here. I made a table and I'm just showing a little demonstration of what my finished website looked like. This one is a neat kind of frame here, so it rotates, just something to, make it a little more different and interesting. You can actually click on the picture where I've put a little caption and a little title to the picture, which is kind of cool. So you can go in a little bit more in depth to what picture you actually did. So this is just the preview of the website. Clicked on another one, there's a little title and whatnot. So if I go back up, I can go to my last one. You can also do, if you're, seriously doing a website for a business, you can add an email spot so people can legitimately contact you and write in the email spot. And you'll actually get it to your email. And over to the right there, I also have a Twitter button and a Flickr button. So if you click those, it will legitimately take you right to my Twitter and my Flickr. Oh, so it looks like the Flickr wasn't working there, but it does in fact work. So here I'm just showing you a couple of the editing things. So I'm just going to click on my pages here. So this is just basically how you edit when you want to add a picture. You can resize it, move it around, make it exactly how you want it, and it'll fit to size and still make it look not too pixely. So it'll usually kind of crop it and whatnot like that. So I'm just going to go back to the regular page here where you would actually set it up, and I'm just going to do a little test website. So basically it gives you a whole bunch of templates and makes it really, really easy for you to choose one and do it yourself. So it's kind of like a build your own from something that they've already created. So I'm just going to choose a template here. I was just scrolling through, so I'm going to click photography because I want to make a photography website. So I'm just going to scroll through here and kind of look for one that I like. That one looks pretty good. So I'll just click edit on that one and it'll open it up here for me. So as you can see, it already shows here a bit of what you're going to be creating. So all of the text you see can be edited and taken away. So I'm just going to change this around. On the website that I actually made for myself, I made it a lot different than what the actual template was. I basically just used the template as a very, very simple format and changed a lot from there. So I'm just going to change around these to personalize it a bit. So you basically would just click on any text you see and start typing, and it's just that easy. So I'm just going to change that there. And I want to change that text too. So I'm just going to double click it again. Now what's cool about that footer drag is that when you drag that, everything else goes with it. So the footer moves up and any titles that I had, everything will go with it, which is kind of cool because then if you want to move something down to make room for something at the top, you can still move that and everything will go with it. You don't have to move every individual part, which I really enjoyed while I was making my own website. So I'm going to change the background here because I don't like that mountain background. I want my own. So I think I'm just going to put in a generic one, but of course you can add your own picture like I did on my website. So I like that one. I'm going to choose that. So that background will be a constant background for every single one of your pages. Move that around a bit. So now I'm just going to go to pages where you can go to your different pages and change it. So here there's, a little about page. It's kind of cool because it gives you an idea also of what the different pages that you want. So I'm just going to, change my little paragraph here. So everything, what I really liked about it too is that you don't have to be so careful about keeping everything the same font, because it'll automatically do that for you once you choose the fonts that you want, which is really nice because then you can have a constant heading. There's a couple different settings just in the scroll bar, or at the little arrow part right above my text editor box. So there I can stay constant. So if I want all body in the medium size, I can do that for every single body text I do, and it'll all be coordinating and matching. So now I'm just going to go onto my gallery page. Now, this is the one that they've set up, but you can change it like I did with the scrolling ones or with the picture ones. You can change it. So I'm just going to go to organize images here. So I'm just going to say that I'd rather use the ones that they set for me just for the purpose of this. So then here I'm just going to change the description like I had on my picture. So I'm just going to change it so that when you see it, it'll give you a little description of what it is. Alright, so then I'm just going to click OK there. Oh, and another thing that I forgot about here, I can link the pictures to another page, which is cool. So if you click that specific picture, it could link you to a bigger version of it. It could link you to a whole nother website. Really cool, I like that. This will just change, these scroll bars here will change how many rows of pictures you want across for this specific kind of layout. So you can have anywhere from, 3, 4, 5, 6 across and down. So then, depending on how many you go down, you'll also have multiple pages for that. You can also make how big they are. Now here you can change the style of them. So you can have a border here, no border, everything like that. Very customizable, doing exactly what you want. So here it's just asking me to save my website because I haven't done that yet. So I'm just going to give it a name, test site, and save. So now it'll just save that for me. Alright, now I'm going to go back to Gallery 1 that I was working on before, and then Gallery 2. So here I'm going to change the style just to show how you can do different ones. So I'm just going to show a couple of the different ones. You can either have the captions that were written underneath, or when you scroll over them, they'll come up, or when you click on them, they'll come up. So if you don't want the titles to show all the time. So now my third gallery here, I want to just completely delete that, and I'm going to put a whole new style in. So there you can see the slider one. Now here's a kind of a pixely gallery, which is kind of cool too. Not my favorite for actually displaying the pictures, but I still think it's interesting. So as you resize it, the picture size with it. So I'm just going to make that so the black border is pretty consistent around it. Stretch that down. And then click on it again. And I can again organize the size of the tiles, and if I wanted to put my own pictures in there, obviously that would come up. These are just repeated, so all my pictures would come up in there, and that is when I would just save them and add them. So then I can make also how they transition, like that. That'll put spacing between them. So there's just tons of really customizable things that you can do with every part of your website to make it completely different from the template and kind of make it your own. And again, here the comment, box. There's a bunch of other little things that you can add to clip art, lines, text, make it your own and design it just like that. So, you know, they have your own clip art, as well as you can add your own pictures anywhere, just like the clip art here. So there's a little splat. I can just add that there and resize it, obviously, and move it around. So by moving that bar on it, just like I showed before with the titles, that'll move the whole box with it. So it'll reformat. So you wouldn't have to move every part of your website. So in here is where you can add your social bars, like your Twitter, direct links to your Twitter, your Facebook, your Google Plus, any social thing that you can think of will come up on there. So I'm just going to click a new icon. So I want it to link to my Twitter, so I'm going to click OK on that one and add it. And then I want this one to link to my Flickr. So on the next page here should be my Flickr. Yep, so there's the Flickr icons. We'll click OK on that and it'll add it. And to my Flickr, I'm going to add a direct link straight to my Flickr. So my Flickr would be flickr.com/LindsayAllison. We'll click OK there, and we'll click OK. And I made those black by accident, so they're not showing up. So I'm just going to change them again so that they're not the black icons, since there's a couple different colors that you can see there. So okay, there's the actual Flickr one that will show up on my background. So I'm going to click OK on there, and I'll go out. And then now is where you would click Preview. And when you click on my Flickr icon, it doesn't come up. So you click Flickr there, and my Flickr page comes right up. So here's my Flickr website. Kind of cool. You can link right to that. So that'll show there. So then I'm going to go back to Editor, and I'm just going to show you a couple more things that you can do here. Adding your image galleries. You can even add a direct feed from your Flickr gallery, so I could bring my Flickr in and show it here. Going into settings, a couple different things you can do with that. I found with this website, it was a lot of playing around and trying things out and a lot of trial and error to get the result that I wanted, but overall, I really enjoyed using it.